What's good, YouTube? I am Jimmy Fair, and this is another episode of Talking to Myself. It's Monday morning in the ATL. I'm on 75 North, headed downtown to work. You know, and taking a page from a boy E.T. Thank God it's Monday. Yeah, that's gotta grow on you, bro. That Monday morning gotta grow on you. But if you're not listening to Eric Thomas, man, you're missing out on some. You're missing out, man. Your life is you're not using the best fuel for your day if you're not listening to Eric Thomas. And today's video is inspired by Eric Thomas. I was listening to one of his tracks on his album, you know, Dr. Thomas. And it's the track where he's talking about Steph Curry, who is right now, him and the Golden State Warriors have like the best record in the best 22 game or the best winning streak in the history of the NBA, and this is off of an NBA championship. So shouts out to Steph Curry, but Eric Thomas talks about in his video about how Steph Curry hit 77 3-pointers the night before this game against New Orleans, the Pelicans. And in this game with the Pelicans, Steph Curry basically scores 21 points. They were down by 20. He scores 21 points to win the game, and he shoots the game-winning shot over Anthony Davis and like 2 or 3 other guys. He shoots it with his eyes closed, which is an amazing thing. You have to look it up. And Eric Thomas says there's no muscle memory, you know, when you do stuff and repetition, and you know, it's just a habit. A couple of months ago, actually April Fool's Day of this year, which is 2015, myself and my daughter were involved in a car accident on 75 South. And I was rear-ended, and I was basically hit into another vehicle. No major injuries, suffered a concussion. But as I was going home that day, I'll never forget, I was already planning out my training routine for that night, you know, what we were going to be doing. I was kind of doing the visualization process, going through the steps, and one of the first thoughts I had after the accident was I was more pissed about not being able to go to the gym than I was about the car. You know, I was upset about the fact that my daughter was in the car and the dude hit my daughter and it scared my daughter. That was my first upsetting thing. But after that, I was more pissed that I wasn't gonna go to the gym. And I had to take about a week and a half off from the gym. I shouldn't say I had to. I took only a week and a half off from the gym. If you're into bodybuilding, one thing you understand or one thing you know about is a thing called muscle memory. And basically what that is your muscles, say for instance, if you have to take 2 weeks off because of an injury, or 3 weeks off, or even 6 months off because of an injury, once you start back, it's going to be a slow, grueling process. But once you start back, your muscles have a way of remembering what you were or what you were doing before you stopped. Now, if you go too long, you're going to have to start from scratch. You're going to have to reprogram your mind, reprogram your body. But if you do it, keep it up, and you have to take some time off due to those, you know, things that happen in life. Like, you know, a couple of months after the car accident, my son was born, so I had to take some time off for that. But your muscles have a way of not forgetting what you put them through to get the results that you had. And so what I did, or what I had to do in taking that time off, because when you hit from the rear, you hurt your back. I had back problem. I had a concussion, but I could not. My aggravation was the fact that I needed to go into the gym. I needed to touch and smell the weights. Trust me, it's a drug. And so when I finally went back to the gym, after about a week of being in the gym, I actually was back to where I was, because my muscles responded, because they already knew what I was doing and was already programmed for that success. One of the main reasons why people do not reach the success that they desire is because they never program their body to flow, even when they're not in prime condition, or they're not have the ability to be successful. Your thoughts have to be so well programmed, just like your muscles, that if one day you get, thrown off, Murphy's Law happens, your mind, your body, your actions, your movements move in sequential order, because you have created the habit for success. After Thanksgiving, I went on vacation for Thanksgiving, and I didn't do my normal morning routine. And last week I kind of got off kilter. I didn't get up early at all. I was just barely getting out of the bed. And my mind and my body were saying, Jimmy, this is not who we are. This is not what we do. We're greater than this. We're better than this. This is what average people do. Average people get up just in time enough to get to work. Average people don't. Are you average? And I can hear Eric Thomas in my head saying, you don't want it bad enough. You don't want success. You don't want to win. Because if you want to win, you get your behind out of the bed early. You take care of your business and you get out on time. This week, I said my mind and my body I'm not happy with the results that I'm getting. Mentally, spiritually, I'm not happy with it. So I got to step my game up. And that's what I did. Today, it was a slope. I still struggled a little bit there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Still had to wrestle with that thing this morning. But I got up about 20 minutes early, 30 minutes early, got myself ready. Usually I get up about 45 minutes early so I can read. So I'm working my way back in. Over Christmas, I'm not going to allow myself to do that, because it's difficult to start over. And that's the whole point. The harder you work, the harder it becomes to let go. The harder you work it, it's harder it becomes to start over. See, right now, I've been working out so much that I don't want to stop, because I don't want to start over, one, but I don't want to stop because I love the way I feel. I love the way my mind feels. I love the way my body feels. I love the way my spirit feels. And I still got more greatness to get. I still got more glory to obtain. But the point is, once you start doing something, when you get consistent, when you get great, when you get so mature, and you matured it just like a fine wine over time, you do not want to lose the equity that you put in. And when you start putting in that sweat equity, that blood equity, when you start doing the things just naturally, because you put in that work, that hard work, and you've excelled past not believing in yourself, and you've excelled past people not believing in you, and you're at the point now where people look to you for guidance, where people look to you for success. They look to you to answer their questions. I get people all over the world asking me questions on training, asking me questions on diet, asking me questions on, I'm talking about for all over the world. I'm not lying. Camera just get bounced around. At these Atlanta streets, it's not, these Atlanta streets need to be repaid. That's another story for another day. But my point is, when you start doing something, when you believe so much to the point where you start creating the environment and the atmosphere for success, when the glory that you seek in your life, when the things that you seek to obtain, when you really start to reach that, and you really start to to get to that level where it's now muscle memory, where you've put your body under so much tension, which is how you build muscle, time under tension, that when you do take a day off for whatever reason, somebody's sick, somebody died, you got to take some time off to mourn. You got to take some time off to heal your mind and your body. Even this was last night, and that just blew my mind last night. I'm laying in the bed, I'm half asleep, I'm in between sleep and whatever, and my mind goes to lifting weights. So I'm in the bed, laying on my side, and here I am laying on my side in the bed, and I'm thinking about working out. I mean, sometimes that's what I do. But I was in between sleep and awake. And guess what my arm started to do? Because I was visualizing myself curling, right? Guess what my arm started doing? While I'm laying in the bed, this is like 12 o'clock, 11, 12 o'clock, I start curling. I could feel myself curling. Now, here's the thing that blew my mind. Well, literally, my arm could not tell the difference between reality and my vision. I was curling and I could feel the weight. It felt like it was actually in the gym. See, when you do things so much so that you alter reality, you can create the reality you seek. I've been studying this for almost 2 years. And what I'm telling you is it's crazy, because now the pieces of the puzzle are starting to align together. Your mind cannot tell the difference between reality and what's not reality. So what you have to do is do it so much, so often, that when you take that time away, or when you don't take the time away, that you can literally see yourself walking through it, even though you're not where you are. If you want certain things, you got to prepare for them. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it even when you don't want to do it. You know how many days of the week sometimes I don't want to go to the gym. I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't want to eat right, but I have to eat right. Because of muscle memory, because of spiritual memory, because of my mind now is programmed for this. And that's how you get to the success you see. Anyway, this is your boy. I am Jimmy Fair, and yes, I am Johnny James' grandson. And this has been another episode of Talking to Myself on this Monday morning in the ATL. Deuces.
Majestic Trauma.
Grind Week. Take you to Grind Week. Now we on Monday. We flow on Tuesday. Gotta remember on Wednesday. Then we grind out on Thursday. Grind out on Friday. Then we reload on Saturday because we don't work on Sunday. Take you to Grind Week. Now we on Monday. We flow on Tuesday. Gotta remember on Wednesday. Then we grind out on Thursday. Grind out on Thursday. Then we reload on Saturday because we don't work on Sunday. Riding through your city, dreaming of Bombay. Traffic taking too long, can't even take the expressway. I thought I would blow up by now, but it's okay, I'm about to blow up right now. You see it, you can't even believe it right now, but it's okay, I'll be the house of the team right now. I'ma do this no matter the cost. If it looks like I won or I lost, I'ma still act like a boss. If you cannot touch MC Hammer, then you know you can't touch Hugo Boss. Got a good friend that told me that it's Hugo season. That means go hard and turn up for no reason. Like bass on my tenant, turn up for no reason. Chef Hugo, boy, I go hard up in the kitchen. Take you to Grind Week. Now we on Monday. We flow on Tuesday. Gotta remember on Wednesday. Then we grind out on Thursday. Grind out on Friday. then we reload on Saturday because we don't work on Sundays. Back on the track, I'ma go even harder. Follow his footsteps, I'm repping my father. I should've wrote half with a man that caught it like Welvin. If you say go get him, I got it. Tell me who sounding like this. They say ain't no one sounding like this. Ain't they telling the truth? I just thank God Almighty for the voice that he gave me. Get ready, cause here come the truth for all that.
I've been in this hallway for a minute. Now I think I'm finally at the top. I admit I had my nights, I mean who hasn't? No, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, we're not perfect. Baby, I got a dream and I'm gon' chase it. Baby, I got a dream and I'm gon' chase it. And if you got a dream, you better chase it.
Cause ain't nobody else gon' chase it. Thank you to Grind Week. Now we on Monday. We flow on Tuesday. Gotta remember on Wednesday. Then we grind out on Thursday. Grind out on Friday. Then we reload on Saturday because we don't work on Sundays. Thank you to Grind Week. Now we on Monday. We flow on Tuesday, gotta remember on Wednesday. Then we grind out on Thursday, grind out on Friday. Then we reload on Saturday because we don't work on Sundays.